You're watching PowerNation. The owner of a 77 Granada called us asking for help. We weren't expecting much, but when we got there, we were pleasantly surprised at what we saw.
Yep.
There it is, look at.
Oh yeah. Plus, from old school circle track race cars to cutting edge automotive technology, whatever your passion, you can pursue it at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
Today we are out of the shop. It's nice to get out every once in a while and do some actual work on cars. And this is something that I think we can handle, but we don't know because, well, we don't know a lot about it.
We're going down here to check out a 1977 Ford Granada that supposedly ran when parked. You know, everything runs and then you park it,
but it doesn't run
and then
now.
It doesn't run anymore. So, you know, that's pretty common. The owner thinks it's something simple, but we're not 100% sure. So the big thing here is we got a bunch of parts pre-ordered from Rock Auto, so we're heading down here kind of blind, but we think we can figure it out and hopefully get this thing running again.
He said the transmission leaks. This
Yeah.
is a car that this person wants to get back running again so they can drive it and maybe sell it. So it sounded like a cool project. I'm a fan of the old 70s Fords, and this one seems pretty cool. It's allegedly a V8 car, so we're gonna know a whole lot more when we get there, and
I think we're getting close here. Looks like.
You know, I know we're close.
Yep, it should be right up here on the right.
All right. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
There it is. Look at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now we're talking. This is nicer than I thought. It's sunk.
I like how he rolled the windows down so it would maybe air out. That makes me feel there's gonna be a smell in here.
No, there is a smell.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. But now look at the inside though. I mean, this thing had to have been garage kept for how nice that is.
Look at the dash.
Yeah, for that not to be cracked, you know.
I don't see any goofy stuff under that vinyl.
No, I think it's just been sitting here and it's
filthy.
dirty. Yeah, just dirty.
Look,
But
it's trying to return to the earth. Are the keys in it? Make sure the keys are somewhere.
yeah, they're on the floorboard, which, you know, usually the only reason you leave the keys in the car is when it doesn't run.
Right.
The oil is a little high, but it seems clear of any water or fuel, so it was probably just overfilled. The battery was completely dead, so we'll throw on the Matco jump box and see if it'll turn over.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh! All right. I don't think it tried to fire.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's getting gas.
It's getting fuel.
What does it have for a fuel gauge right now?
Let's see. It's got at least a quarter.
All right, let's,
Yeah, a little over a quarter, that's
all
plenty.
right, well, if that's correct, if it moves, let's see if this thing has spark.
Yeah, let's check for spark.
I'm just gonna
Pull a plug or pull a wire and see if it touches.
I'm gonna pull.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at this.
Yeah, arc that on something.
Hold on.
So did you have spark?
Now.
No spark?
Now.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Here's one thing.
That's simple.
Well, let's try this.
That's why.
This isn't plugged in.
It's broken.
It's broken.
That's why. So it came unplugged, I guess. But it looks okay. So let's try that.
Oh, I can hear spark that time.
Pull a wire and let's see if we actually have spark. Let's start there.
Pull a wire.
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear it cracking.
Look at that.
Or
Look at
why
that.
don't you? Okay, that is a major piece missing. I said we just put a rotor in it. I just want to see if it runs. We got the wires, and if it runs, we're going to do all that other stuff, but I want to see if it runs. RockAuto.com offers complete kits for several different jobs, like this United Motor tune-up kit. It comes with a set of spark plug wires, distributor cap, and the rotor that we need. Their website makes it easy to find what you're looking for, and it even makes suggestions for other tools or parts you might need to complete the job.
all right, let's try that.
Oh, she's a little smoky.
Yeah, holy moly.
And it's got a dead hole.
Yeah, it's only on 7.
It's got a little bit of valve tray noise.
Runs pretty good though. I mean, that's
It's
not
actually
bad.
running. Now that we know it runs, we can install the rest of the tune-up kit and look for the cause of our dead cylinder. Well, that sounded nice.
Oh, there's the problem. The wire
Where's the rest of it?
is right there, but somebody has ripped that out at one point and also ripped the boot, but I think that's our culprit.
Do you know the firing order of this?
Good reason is I don't have to, because it's 15426378.
Oh.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Or you can just know. All right, if you didn't know and were not familiar, you would just change them one at a time, right?
Yeah, if you didn't know the firing order and didn't know where number 1 is. But these actually have it marked on the rotor, which is super helpful.
These are marked, so you can go 1,
Yep.
and then you just do this, and then you throw them away, and
You don't even have to take them off if you don't want, 'cause
You
we're
don't.
changing that anyways.
right. Now, fresh rotor.
Yeah, keep that. Don't
we
throw
have
that
to
away with
reuse
the
that.
rest.
Oh yeah, Ford Blue.
Yeah.
Here's your numbers, so you know where
Oh,
it
that's
goes.
handy.
To clean out the innards of the distributor, Seafoam's deep creep penetrating lubricant makes it easy to wipe out the dirt and debris.
The plugs are fouled, so we will replace them with a brand new set from rockauto.com. We'll gap them to the spec that Rock Auto gives for our application, which is 50 thousandths. The dielectric grease came with the tune-up kit. Very convenient. With any tune-up, a fresh air filter is a great idea. Hey,
Hold out your hand.
Look at that. You always find good stuff. I mean, it's broken, but now we know where it went.
Oh, that's perfect. Ooh, that's automatically nicer.
That purrs like a kitten.
The smoke is less, sort of.
Yeah, so it's definitely charging, just had a dead battery, but that's good to know the charging system actually works.
All right, you dirty dog. Please move under your own power.
The owner was kind enough to let us take the Granada back to the shop to work on the transmission leak.
Whoa, whoa, there's something.
Since it's 102 degrees out today, we'll gladly accept that offer.
Up next, with just a few hours work, the old Ford becomes roadworthy again. We look good in this.
Then, I give Pat a tour of my old stomping grounds, the University of Northwestern Ohio.
We've got the Granada back in the shop trying to find the source of a substantial transmission leak. This car is very, very nice underneath. A quick inspection told us two things. One, this car is super clean and rust-free. Two, the transmission pan gasket is clearly the source of the leak. Now, you've seen this, right?
Yeah, you notice there's some signs.
There are some signs this thing's been out. There's no washer here.
There's some pry marks. There's some dents.
There's bolts that obviously don't go
Yeah.
where they are. At least it's kind of stuck down.
Yeah.
There it goes.
There
Oh,
you go.
oh.
Let her go. That worked pretty good.
Not bad.
There you go.
Thank you.
Smells good. Doesn't smell burnt.
I'm not gonna say it smells good. It smells like it's supposed to.
There's the normal amount of,
Yuck.
silveriness in it, but there's no like chunks.
Oh yeah. We went to rockauto.com for a new gasket along with a few other helpful items. Even though the 1977 Granada is definitely not one of the most popular cars on the roads these days, they had a big selection of parts for the Ford, including economy, OEM replacement, and performance options. After scraping off the remainder of the gasket and cleaning the pan, the new filter with the check ball is installed. When tightening down the pan, don't get too aggressive or you could squish or tear the gasket. When you're poking around under a car, sometimes you find unexpected things, like a loose engine mount. This just needs to be tightened.
After lubing the new oil filter, we'll spin it on. Both the filter and oil came from rockauto.com. Any engine, especially an older one like this, will benefit from Seafoam motor treatment. It helps clean up any built-up deposits or crud and doesn't contain any chemicals that can harm your engine. We'll pour in the recommended amount for our engine's oil capacity. Next, we'll add new transmission fluid. To help clean out the fuel system, we'll add Seafoam motor treatment to the gas tank as well.
Well, we got all the big stuff done on this Granada, so we're going to move on to something that may seem trivial, but is pretty important, and that's the backup lights. If you paid attention when the car was backing in, it actually had one of the lights out. The great thing about getting parts from rockauto.com is that you can not only get OE-style replacement parts, but you can get aftermarket parts. And so we're going to upgrade these reverse lights to a set of LEDs. These are going to be much brighter, they have a nice white light, and since they're LED, they're going to last much longer. Since we got to change one, might as well change both, and then this car will be roadworthy. This is an easy job. It only takes a couple of minutes and a screwdriver. Now our vintage ride has bright, modern lighting. You can easily tell the difference between the old incandescent and the new LED light. Man, this is a cruiser. This is sweet.
We look good in this. With just a few hours work, the Granada is running clean and back on the road.
Whether you were born with a wrench in your hand or just always wanted to learn about everything automotive, the University of Northwestern Ohio is for you.
Today we are in one of my favorite places I could ever be, in a race shop. There's a lot of cool cars and a lot of top-notch equipment, but this is run by someone a little different. This is run by students, and because I have never been here before and I need a tour, I tried to find the best tour guide I could find, and I guess it's him.
Yeah, this is actually where I went to school and graduated from, the University of Northwestern Ohio. This is my favorite place on earth, and there's a ton of stuff to see and do. So where do you want to start?
I don't know, you're the tour guide.
All right, I got an idea. Let's go. UNOH has a clear goal, helping you turn your passion into a career. With 50-degree programs across 5 colleges, there's several fields of study you'd expect from most universities, like accounting, business administration, healthcare, and agriculture. But unlike most universities, UNOH offers degrees in subjects that any gearhead would love to study. Automotive and diesel technology, automotive high-performance motorsports and motorsports marketing, along with cutting-edge technology such as alternate fuels and robotics and automation. To maximize the learning process, most classes are limited to 25 students or fewer.
Instructors are always there for you. The class sizes are very small, so they're always there if you need help with anything. I mean, being able to have those people there for you and to be able to teach you one-on-one and guide you through those steps, it's definitely cool. It's a great experience, and you can get a lot of knowledge through it.
Instructors are, they're fantastic. Like, they take their time to teach you how things work, and they always try to help you out, so.
If you were into trucks and cars in high school, you were probably part of a fairly small crew. Not so at UNOH. Here, a diverse group of gearheads from all 50 states and 73 countries have gathered to devote themselves to all things automotive.
You're always working on something that you will see in the real world, whether it be in the shop on passenger vehicles or in the race shop working on race cars. It's the same thing you have at the track, it's the same thing you have in the shop. It's amazing.
Whether you have years of experience or none at all, it doesn't matter. All you need is a love for automotive technology and a desire to learn.
We start, so it's at the simplest terms, and work our way up there. So at the end of the day, everybody's at the same level. When you graduate here, you're not going to have any less knowledge than the guy that's been working on cars since he was 6 years old.
Automotive is the basis where it starts at, and then you move to the high performance, making cars go fast, loving the energy.
The core automotive classes lay the foundation for motorsports, alternate fuels, and other upper-level courses. Here, students learn the fundamentals.
We do everything you can think of, starting from oil changes to working on electrical systems, and I really like that, and automatic and manual transmissions.
I myself teach automotive engine diagnosis and repairs, where we talk about the engine mechanical stuff, how the pieces and parts work together, how to diagnose internal engine component problems, and how to do engine overhauls and rebuilds. I also teach automotive engine performance, where we talk about the drivability, how spark ignition, fuel injection, how all that stuff affects emissions, the fuel economy, and performance of the engine.
Electrical and electronics courses are part of the automotive program. And if you want to pursue those studies further, UNOH offers an EV curriculum, which gets you on the ground floor of an ever-growing field.
So in my opinion, the EV stuff is easier to work on. than the internal combustion engine. There's a lot less moving parts. Now, they do have to understand the electrical side of things. That mindset that you have to get into that electrical troubleshooting tends to be the opposite of the mindset that our students come in with, but that's my job, is to get them over that hump. And once they get it, it really is easier than all this internal combustion stuff.
As soon as I heard about the EV program, I knew I had to join it because, I really knew that I liked the electric part of it, and I wanted to give that a try and see how that works out for me.
Yeah, I think eventually the EV is going to take over the high-performance motorsports world. The instant torque, you just can't beat it.
The program is going to do nothing but grow as the EVs hit the road and as they become more readily available.
The alternate fuels program also looks to the future, teaching students to work with cleaner power sources such as natural gas, propane, hybrid engines, and hydrogen. We asked students and instructors for their advice, and whether their passion is carbureted race engines or electrical drivetrains, they all said the same thing: get involved.
I would get involved, ask questions. The best thing you can do in class is sit up front and ask questions.
Get involved, ask questions, do as much stuff as you can. Utilize every tool that you have here. Get involved in the clubs, get involved in the teams, talk to your instructors, ask for more knowledge.
Have fun. Go out and do stuff. Join the motorsports team, go racing with your buddies.
Up next, at UNOH, you can gain hands-on experience in the shop and the racetrack.
Today we're in Lima visiting the University of Northwestern Ohio. We've made our way to the High Performance Department where they teach our favorite subjects: engine machining and engine building.
Engine machining class is, I would say, roughly 90% hands-on in the shop. So it's a ton of, they're on the machines. They are touching them, they're operating them. They're not just watching me. I give them a demo, here's how you do it, and then they have to do the task.
It's more of a non-traditional way of learning. It's not all about the books. I mean, we spend a lot of time in books, and there's a lot of math involved in what I teach back here and everything. But we're really where the rubber meets the road is when we put them out in the shop and get them working on the equipment themselves, because that is where the real learning is.
It's a big part. I mean, the teacher's right there helping you, and it's showing you exactly how something works, not just by a little camera or by video or somebody telling you. It's actually how it moves and how it maneuvers and how it works.
This school has an amazing balance of both. You spend countless hours in the shop, but you're also deep enough into the books that you know what you're doing.
From crankshaft balancers, flow benches, chassis and engine dynos, to welding, chassis and body fabrication, and suspension setup for all types of racing, no matter what your passion is, you'll gain real-world experience.
I always said that if I had a chance to go back to school, this is where I would want to go. And if you want to do anything in the high-performance world, this is where you need to go.
Modern engines make more and more power. Electric motors put out massive, instantaneous torque, making strong, well-designed drive lines even more crucial.
Everybody wants to make power, they want to make the sexy part. They want to be like, oh, look at the big numbers on the dyno. But they completely forget that power has to get to the ground somehow. And torque will always find the weakest link. So you have to build it up through there. You have to do it safely, and you actually have to get power to the ground.
Sometimes neglected, the choice of gear ratio matters too.
But if you can only afford to make 350, if you gear it correctly, you can still have a fast car, and a fast 350 horsepower car is way better than a 1,000 horsepower car that doesn't run.
Students aren't just getting hands-on experience in the classroom. All the clubs and the motorsports team are student-run. They build and maintain vehicles and even get to race them on the school's racing teams.
What really hooks me with racing is just the adrenaline rush, being at the track. All these drivers around you, you're competing to win the big prize or whatever it is that night, and it's just awesome to be in that atmosphere.
And being able to go to the track on the weekends and being able to spend time with your people that now have become family on the team, it's pretty awesome. We're all still learning. None of us know everything, so being around everyone from different backgrounds, from different types of racing styles, you're always constantly learning.
The thing I love the most is when a student comes to the university, applies to the motorsports team, gets on the motorsports team. By the time they've gone through a couple seasons on the motorsports team, they graduate, they get a career in what they're passionate about. They come back, and it makes me feel really good about what we're doing with it. Motorsports team is run just like a professional race team, where there are certain people in charge of the cars, there are certain people in charge of the shop time in the facility, and there's team managers. All of that is mandated and controlled by the students. I've had a lot of students graduate, get on professional teams, and come back and say, Higgins, the way you run that team is just like they do in the real world. And I said, well, that's my goal.
The Financial Aid and Career Services Department at UNOH provides support, helping students fund their education and find meaningful work in their chosen career after graduation. As part of this commitment, the university develops relationships within the automotive industry. We were fortunate to present scholarship funds on behalf of Seafoam, a company dedicated to the future of the automotive industry. You know, when I went to school here, scholarship funds were a huge part of that, and a lot of students feel that way. So it's my honor to present to you this check for $20,000 to be used for scholarship funds from PowerNation and Seafoam. And I know you guys are going to put this to great use.
Yes, we will. I want to thank PowerNation and Seafoam for the scholarship donation. I'm sure the students will appreciate it, and thank all of you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
You've seen just a sample of the opportunities available at UNOH. Whatever career path you wish to forge, they can help.
Come to orientation, you'll love it, I guarantee it. Then school, do as much as you're willing to put in.
My wife tells our friends that I never have a problem getting up and going to work, because I love to go to work. We're all having a good time together learning and teaching.
Come here, get some education, go out and achieve your goal, that passion that you have. Go get a career in it and be successful. That is our goal.
If you want to see more of this or more cool stuff, go check out our website.